the first of its kind in the CUNY system. You will hear from Dr. Marie Lily Cerat about it. Also in this program, Ingrid Griffith will tell us about her one-woman show, named after the first woman who was also the first African-American to seek the nomination for President of the United States. But first, let me introduce Dr. Marie Lily Cerat. Welcome to Brooklyn 45.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Taitt. I am happy to be with you.
Tell us about this CUNY Haitian Studies Institute. What is it?
Oh, well, the CUNY Haitian Studies Institute is one of the youngest, perhaps the youngest, an ethnic institute within the City University of New York. And it was created in 2016 and currently located at Brooklyn College. So it's the CUNY Haitian Studies Institute at Brooklyn College. It's a young institute, about 8 years old, soon to be 10 years old. And we are there to, we have three pillars that hold the institute. We do research and policy, research that drive good policy, education policy, immigration policy, you name it, and community. We work with different organizations in the community to help them build capacity so they can better serve the Haitian community. So those three pillars hold up the institute.
So what is the impact on the community, as you mentioned, and on the Haitian community?
Well, certainly New York is that microcosm of the world, very diverse. It allows the Haitian voice to be heard and the Haitian community to be visible. And since its inception, since its beginning, it's done quite a lot to bring to fore information, research on Haiti. One of the things that we most recently developed in last year in the Institute, and that we're very proud of, is a glossary of immigration terms bilingually that has been a useful tool for not only immigration service providers, but also the immigrants, the Haitian immigrants themselves, including the new asylum seekers looking for immigration services. And what's different about the glossary that we've developed, said many linguists, is that we provide the definition of these immigration terms in English as well as in Haitian Creole. So when the lawyer or an immigration provider is communicating with a Haitian refugee, immigrant, asylum seeker, both of them, they can be on the same page. They can better understand what is happening, and the immigrant himself or herself is better able to advocate for his rights, so, among other things. But just to put it in context as to some of the things that are impactful that we are doing at the very moment to accompany the community and to respond to the needs of the community.
Dr. Cerat, talk a bit about the Haitian asylum seekers.
Mm-hmm. Well, as we all know, the Haitian asylum seekers arriving to the United States either through the Biden program, the Biden parole program, it's a work program, or who are leaving Haiti because of the socio-political unrest that have engulfed the nation for many years now, and going to South America and coming on the border of the U.S.-Mexico border. They are coming in. They are, it's a very young population. In fact, one of the things that we are noticing and we're saying is that in the Caribbean and many other countries, we talk about brain drain. And a lot of the young Haitians arriving are somewhat educated. Some of them have had university. Some of them have gone to the university and have a degree. And we are questioning what is happening to the intelligentsia, to the intellectual community being drained because of the socio-political unrest that has been really eating away at the country for many years now, and we're still seeking a way out to see when Haiti is going to realize its democratic project that started since 1791 and really brought Haiti to the world community in 1804, having achieved one of the most remarkable historical feat, which is the Haitian Revolution. So the new asylum seekers come, they are educated, but you know what? There are issues because we're they are living in crowded contexts. Many are looking for work, and one of the crisis that we have here is the fact that it takes very long for these new asylum seekers to find work authorization and to be able to look for work. And those people are here, like many other immigrants, in search of a better life, in search of a respite, a moment of respite where they can fend for themselves and be able to help their families back home. So and what we do is, I mentioned the glossary that we developed to be able to give them a tool that so that they can understand certain immigration terms in the language that they speak and understand. But we also try to refer them to local places where they can go find legal assistance, places where they can help them look for work, etc.
Haiti and the Haitian culture has become a very fascinating story. Tell us about the history of Haiti and its relation here to the United States.
Well, Haiti really is, for lack of a better word, I would say an interesting place because Haiti was the only place in the Americas, and I'm talking the Americas as it was called before we had North America and South America, where the slaves who came from various African ethnicities managed to create a common language so that they can speak of freedom in front of the masters, and the slave master would not have understood them. They invented a belief system where they could relate to the creator in a way that they know they were human, despite the fact that the enslavers and slave master and the colonial agents and authorities were conditioning them to believe they were not human, but spiritually they knew they were human. And they were able to achieve, at the turn of the 18th century, the only slave revolution, and created the only nation that was led by Black people, people of African descent. So it's remarkable. And I think sometimes historically, Haitians and people who study Haiti also recognize that Haiti is still paying for having challenged the colonial community. And I'm talking the Big Six. I'm talking France, Britain, Portugal, the Netherlands, the United States, and who am I missing? The Big Six. Who were
Germany?
No, not Germany, not Germany. France, Portugal, Britain, the Netherlands, and the United States, and who else again? I forgot which one. But really, those nations, Mr. Taitt, build their wealth on the back of our ancestors.
That's
The wealth
correct.
of these nations are indeed, was on the back of our ancestors, the African slave and their descendants who were throughout the Americas. But when Haiti, when the slaves on the island, and particularly in the part called French colonial settlement, came together and said, we want to live free or we won't die. It's either we live free or we die, because we are men, women, just like the slave masters. And really the propaganda, the idea that Black people were not human, were property, were animals, was really stopped short. And indeed, Haiti became the Haiti really is a father of what we know today as human rights. The rights of every man and woman to exist freely, the inalienable rights to be free and to pursue one's happiness without being burdened by enslavement or colonial shackles.
You've
So,
got, yes, go on.
no. So that's part of the history of Haiti. And we recognize also the world community has never forgiven Haiti for doing that. And and has continuously found ways to undermine the Haitian pursuit of its democratic project, of his of that freedom and pursuit of happiness for all its citizens.
The Haitian Studies Institute is certainly very important to us here in Brooklyn and across the United States. People will be watching this program in Haiti as well. Now, the Institute is located right here in Brooklyn at Brooklyn College. Why was this location selected?
Well, currently we said the Institute exists at Brooklyn College on the land of the Lenape, the indigenous population, and today also known as Little Haiti. Brooklyn is the home to one of the largest population of Haitians outside of Haiti, unquestionably. It was until many of us retired to Miami in search of warmer climates. But yes, and the community outside of Brooklyn College is certainly a Caribbean community with one of the largest Haitian populations. When you look at the numbers in East Flatbush or Erasmus, Flatbush, we are either one or two in terms of population in that area. So it's quite significant because really Brooklyn, where Brooklyn College sits, that area there is the heart of the Haitian community in New York. So it's fitting that the Institute is at Brooklyn College and we're able to help the college better serve the Haitian community by opening its door and making the resources of the college accessible to the community. And I have to say that CUNY in general, Brooklyn College particularly, since that's where we are, is good value for the money. And a lot of the students of Haitian origin are attending Brooklyn College because it's right in the community, and it's good value for your money as well. So it's fitting, Brooklyn College and the Haitian Studies Institute.
How do these Brooklyn communities interact with the Institute?
Well, they participate in events that we organize to share research on Haiti and about Haiti. We work with the community-based organization by opening doors so that people can have programs that to respond to the needs of their constituents inside the college. And then we look for resources to bring out to community groups who are in the community and needs access to resources to better deliver, to better serve the community. So we have a good rapport, a good relationship with the community. And let me say that before I became a scholar, I was a community organizer working in the New York City Public School as an educator, but also working in the community as an educator, as an organizer. So I am a child of the community. So the community is, we have a very good rapport. We have a very good relationship because I know I am the product of the community. So it is my responsibility wherever I am in life to respond to the community. The community gives me my language, my culture, the energy, the support to be in the position where I am. So it is my responsibility wherever I am to make sure that I'm advocating for the community.
What are some of the projects that you plan to work on?
In April of this year, we're bringing a scholar who is at UC, University of California, Davis, who has worked on Haiti a lot. And he's coming in and he'll be talking about the history of Haitian seafaring over the course of the 20th and 21st century and how it survived in the face of intensive maritime policing, designing to limit the mobility of Black Haitian subjects, and how those Haitians understanding how this history reveals a great deal about how Haitians have shaped the geographies, economies, and politics of the Northern Caribbean.
Dr. Marie Lily Cerat, thank you for being our guest on Brooklyn 45 and providing that information that is of interest not only to Haitians, but to non-Haitians, non-French speaking people who live across the United States. Thank you very much for being our guest here on Brooklyn 45.
It is my pleasure, and I hope to visit again with you.
Ingrid Griffith joins me now to discuss her award-winning one-woman play. Ingrid, welcome to Brooklyn 45.
Thank you.
Tell us about this play.
Well, it's about Shirley Chisholm, and she was the African-American woman to become the first Congresswoman in the United States history. This was in 1969. But she was more than that. She was the first at many things. And my one-woman show starts with her as the 10-year-old in Brooklyn. That's where her parents were living. Her parents were of Caribbean heritage, and she was born here. And the show starts when she's 10 years old, because that's when she comes back to the US. She and her little sisters were sent to the US, to Barbados. Her maternal grandmother was there, and she and her little sisters lived with her for 7 years. Shirley Chisholm came back to the US at age 10 in 1934. And my show starts when she returns to her parents who lived in Brooklyn. And of course, she was expecting the American dream, because that's why she was sort of sent to Barbados, so the parents can make a living and save some money and be ready for the children to come back. And she came back, and the parents were still living in a tenement building in an unheated apartment in Brooklyn. And that's when the story starts. The 10-year-old is back, and she is expecting more, but also realizing what the parents were going through all these years. And those experiences, their experiences, are sort of influencing her. She starts to see what's going on in Brooklyn and what's going on in her neighborhood in Brooklyn, which is Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. And the story starts with the child understanding and realizing what it's like to live in America as an immigrant, as a woman of color, as a Black child.
You are the creator and you are the performer.
Yes.
Okay. And where have you been performing this one-woman play?
I actually have been in Barbados. I took it there. I took it to Guyana as well. Her mom was from Barbados. Her dad was from Guyana. And I took it to both countries first before I started performing it in the US. It just so happened that both countries were interested. The Guyanese community was definitely interested in hosting the show in Guyana. And then a Guyanese organization that was in Brooklyn, that lived in Brooklyn, a community that lived not in Brooklyn, Barbados, they were very interested in hosting the show. So I took it there in 2022. In Guyana, it was in April. In Barbados, it was in June of 2022. And since then, I started performing it in the US. And I've been to Washington, D.C., I've been to Atlanta, I've been to Florida, I've been to Brooklyn, and I hope to keep going.
Well, we hope to see you and to hear of you keeping on going. You named it Unbossed and Unbowed. Why?
Well, her Shirley Chisholm's mantra or campaign slogan, and also her autobiography was titled Unbought and Unbossed. And I liked that. And I thought, had she been still here, if she were still here, she would say she's still unbossed, but also still unbowed. I don't think she'd have kowtowed to the system. And I wanted to bring that word was very important to me, still being unbowed. So I took a little bit of her campaign slogan and added a different word to make it more, for me, more now, more how she would feel as if she were still around in, 2024.
You won an award. I think it's called the Susie Boss Award.
Yes, the Susie Bass Award. I was in Atlanta. The show was hosted in Atlanta for 8 weeks last year. And it was a very interesting theater that hosted it. The theater did not have a space. And what the theater does is take whatever show they're producing, and so Unbossed Unbowed, they were producing for 8 weeks. I would go to different people's homes and share the story. And I would then also have a talk back. And I have never heard of the company before. They contacted me and I said yes, because I was just open to just telling this story. And so the 8-week run sort of extended. Instead of 3 shows a week, I was doing 6 shows a week. And wow. The theater community in Atlanta, the professional theater in Atlanta, started hearing about the show. And so I started getting reviews. The critics were coming, the reporters were calling, interviewing me. Some reviewers did come see the show. And they then said that they were sharing it as if it was a show that needed to be seen. That was the advertising that they had after a few weeks of me performing there, that it was recommended. And then I got a call this was in March and April of 2023. And I think in June they called saying that they were very interested in having the show be part of their pick in terms of, nomination, them nominating me as principal performer, outstanding principal performer in a play, and the show for best production of a socially justice performance. Mm-hmm. So the play was nominated, and so was I. And in October of 2023, the play won Best Production, and I did not win. I was still nominated, but I did not win Principal Performer. But it was lovely to be recognized.
How do people get in touch with you if they want you to perform?
My website, it's www.unbossedunbowed.com, unbossedunbowed.com. Or you can Google Ingrid Griffith, and you will then find that website. And on the website, you will find my contact information, my email, where you can reach out to me and we can talk. But also on the website, there's a lot of information about the show and about what it takes to host a show. So right away you can get an idea of what if you're interested in hosting a performance, what it takes, and then if you are still interested, can then contact me.
We've only got a minute left, but do you feel as though you are Shirley Chisholm when you are performing?
I'm told that I transform, something happens. The quotes are, "You are Shirley Chisholm." The quotes are, "You become Shirley Chisholm." The quotes are, "You look like Shirley Chisholm." The quotes are, "I cannot believe that you're not Shirley Chisholm." So it's one of those things, which as an actor, you know, I'm a trained actor. So I won't say it's easy, but it's something that I think I'm in awe of the person who she is. And I think as an actor, playing her and 15 other characters, there's something about her story that makes me, by the end, you see me be her, really, truly her. And I think it's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful story in the sense that it's so inspiring, it's educational, it's entertaining, and it's a story that is largely unheard. So when you hear this, you are only inspired and empowered by it. And that's what my goal was about. My purpose is to share this story so more people would know of her story and be inspired to make a difference in this world.
Wonderful. Ingrid Griffith, thank you for being on Brooklyn 45 and sharing yourself and Shirley Chisholm with our viewers.
Thank you.
And we also thank you, Dr. Lily Cerat. And to our viewers, we thank you for watching this program. We invite you to support Brooklyn 45. When you support us with a donation, you benefit and our communities benefit as well. Please tell your friends, family, and work colleagues to watch Brooklyn 45. And so, on behalf of our Brooklyn 45 team, I am Sam Taitt.
Brooklyn 45 is a 501c3 not-for-profit, and we welcome your support. Check out our website, brooklyn45.com, and feel free to donate or share it with your friends and family. Have any comments or questions? Send them to our Facebook, facebook.com/Brooklyn45TV. If you have any questions or topics you think we should cover next, shoot me an email over at brooklyn45tv@gmail.com. Thank you again for watching.